And we back, y'all. Listen, I had no intentions on uploading today, but I mean, the NBA is on fire. So I have to come into here and give y'all my reaction to, I guess, the biggest trade of the season. Kristaps Porzingis just got traded to the Dallas Mavericks. So once Kristaps is fully healthy, we're going to have a Porzingis, Doncic team in Dallas. You're probably asking, if you ain't been up on Twitter or you ain't got the notifications, how did this come about? Because when I went to sleep last night, I wasn't thinking about Porzingis being traded. We just count down the days to Anthony Davis is on the move. But this is what happened. Let me give y'all the full timeline. So Woj tweeted about an hour ago, just an hour ago, said Kristaps Porzingis left the Knicks with the impressions that he preferred to be traded. And I was like, whoa, things are heating up. That's how it works, man. A player can give the request on they wanted to be traded, and then we wait to see where they get traded to. Same thing happened with Anthony Davis. Same thing happened with, I guess, Kawhi Leonard, technically. Same thing happened with Paul George. The real question is, when are they going to get traded, and where are they going to get traded to? Cool. And then we got the idea that Woj was like, listen, we got a couple teams on the phone with him right now. The Nets, the Clippers, the Heat, and the Spurs are all, and the Raptors, all trying to get in on Kristaps. And I'm like, the Heat will be fired. Can y'all imagine Kristaps in the Heat's jersey? Well, too bad. You ain't got to do that. And then we talking, let's see the exact timeline, all right? So this happened at 11:54, and then the trade was official at 12:38. They didn't waste 1 hour. And he got traded to Dallas. Now, that may not seem like a lot to y'all, but usually when a player requests a trade, what the front office do, they sit back, they let the world know that, okay, he may be on the market. They listen to all the calls coming in. It takes time. It takes days. It takes weeks. As you see with Anthony Davis, it may even take a half a season before he's officially traded. But the Knicks traded him an hour after they left that meeting. And you would be like, well, Kenny, if they traded him so fast, they must have got a perfect deal. Well, let me show you the deal that they got. The New York Knicks have agreed with Dallas to trade Kristaps Porzingis, Courtney Lee, Tim Hardaway Jr. for Wesley Matthews, Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan. And maybe there'll be some picks thrown in, but this is what it is. I also had the rumor that it's going to be Trey Burke involved in that deal too. We talking about all-star Kristaps Porzingis just got traded in an hour for Wesley Matthews, Dennis Smith Jr., and DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan on the 1-year deal, he could just walk. Wesley Matthews on the 1-year deal, he could just walk. Dennis Smith Jr. under wraps because he's a second-year player. So he's like the only guy out of this deal that may be there next year. So Knicks fans, I may go in a little bit on y'all. You should be very upset. And you see me cutting a bunch throughout this video. I got the Uber Eats coming with some papa ass. Shout out to my boy Agent. But wow. Just in one short hour, they went from this city is Kristaps to get the heck out of here. Now, the reason they would probably do this deal is because, like I said, Wesley Matthews and DeAndre Jordan won't be there next year. So they have all the money in the world to potentially get Kevin Durant, to potentially get blank and blank. But if I'm Kevin Durant and now I know Kristaps is not there, why would I sign in New York when the rest of my rosters is going to be Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, Dennis Smith Jr.? You wanted to pair Kristaps with a superstar, not just get one superstar to be there all alone. Maybe they get two. But regardless, this trade blows my mind. Whoever's in the front office of Dallas, I'm sure they in them high-fiving left and right because they just got an all-star for players that they didn't want in the first place. DeAndre Jordan, regardless of what the number says, when you watch DeAndre Jordan, he's not the defensive stopper that he was in his prime. It seems like he's out there kind of statting his pats, because he knows that some team needs to pay him next year. So I'm sure they're okay with losing him. Wesley Matthews, sure, he was a quality player for them. And Dennis Smith Jr., y'all know the whole saga that went on with him in Dallas, so they wanted to get him out anyway. They got an all-star to pair alongside Luka Doncic for what seems like close to nothing. There is a possibility that when Kristaps comes back, that he won't be full length what we saw what he was last year. He may not be an all-star, but I think the chances of that are very, very slim. I just think this is one of the biggest finesse moves since the Boston Celtics got like 4 first-round picks from the Brooklyn Nets. That's the way I'm seeing it right now. So for y'all that's been around for a long time or like some super diehards, I also host a podcast, right? And one of my podcast hosts was a Knicks fan. He was live on Instagram when this whole thing started to break. So let's listen to his reaction.
This right now, start screen recording this. I am officially done with the New York Knicks. I'm done. I'm done with the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan no more. I'm with the Mavericks. Period. I'm with the Mavericks. I'm with the Mavericks. Y'all can call it what y'all want. I'm LeBron fans do it all the time. Kevin Durant. I'm going wherever Porzingis going. It looked like it's the Mavericks. It might be official. I've stopped.
He switched his fandom just that quick. The Knicks, I keep saying this. I've said this on the podcast a few times. They are just poorly owned and poorly ran. So the Knicks fans out there that are sticking with their team, I applaud you so much. I mean, I'm the same way with my Bulls. No matter what the Bulls going to do, I'm going to be a Bulls fan. But I cannot imagine my front office doing a trade like this on the surface that looks like a huge L. Sure, 2-3 years down the line, maybe the Knicks just did something great. But on the surface, this looks like a trade that they lost 100%. But it wouldn't be the first time that we, as the public, thought somebody got finessed and it didn't turn out to be that way. So I'm just giving y'all my initial reactions to things. Shout out to my boy Pee Wee. I'll leave his link in the description to his Instagram because I'm sure he goes live a lot. And I'm sure this wasn't his only reaction, but I want y'all to tune into his stuff yourself. What really blows my mind is the fact that this happened so fast. I don't care what the return is, but I promise you, it does. I doubt that every team that was interested in Kristaps actually got to put in an offer. So that's what really blows my mind. I think that this deal for New York, this is them going all in. Like, we know that we're going to sign a max player this offseason, or maybe 2. Because they got rid of all the salary that they had on the books for next year. Hold on, I think, let me go to the NBA scores. Last night, I'm pretty sure the Knicks played the Mavericks. So that means, yo, this is incredible. Last night, the owner/GM of the Knicks saw Dennis Smith Jr. drop a triple-double, and they was like, we need him on the team. Oh my God. And I think also in this game, you got like Kristaps and Luka dapping up, whispering in the ear like, yo, tomorrow about to be wild. But obviously they didn't know about it. But that's crazy that they must have saw Dennis Smith Jr. drop this triple-double and they were like, he could be our point guard of the future. I like Dennis Smith Jr. I don't know if he's a potential superstar in his league, that they gave up a potential superstar. But these are just super, super wild. I don't follow many Knicks fans. I don't follow many Mavs fans on Twitter. So I told them to give me their reactions to the trade. So I'm going to go through my mentions and read y'all some. This is already fire. They so quick with it on. Oh my God. That's so fire. Okay. All right. So that's obviously a Mavs fan. Oh, this hurts. My boy Rebate. Sometimes he creates thumbnails for me and everything. His profile picture yesterday was a Kristaps. So, that's already changed. The Popeyes came in. All right, we got to get back to this video, but just to let you know the food is here. So, yeah. Ram says this is how he feels. I mean, again, like I said, this is why you made the trade for cap space, but finally, cap space finally got a jersey. Respect. I understand that. Yep, I've seen this one before. They actually have an edit just like this for Bulls fans that I had on my phone a long time ago. No words. That's just how things are gonna be, man. This is the worst trade I've ever seen. We didn't even get a pick. We made this deal with the assumption we're getting KD, while Kristaps is the only reason he would want to come here, other than the city being New York. I mean, extremely bittersweet. Kristaps is one of my favorite players, and I truly felt we can win with him. However, I love Kristaps teaming with Doncic, and now potential 2 max free agents. So we got this group chat with my podcast co-host and our general manager at House of Highlights. And if you didn't know, the Bleach Report office and everything is in New York, so a lot of them are New York Knicks fans. And my GM Doug says, I'm so lost right now. That's just what he threw into chat. So that's how Knicks fans are taking it. But let's see the other side of the spectrum as we see the Mavs fans. A fan since 29 minutes ago, but I'm real excited for when Kristaps comes back. Yep, I can understand this. I mean, I showed y'all the one picture with the unicorn on the Mavericks logo. Turns out not many Dallas Mavericks fans follow me on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, you're sleeping. But that's pretty much it. We just got the last notification that he plans on signing the qualifying offer, which will make him a restricted free agent in a few years. So the Dallas Mavericks have some time to try to convince him to resign. But regardless, this is a low risk, high reward thing, because if Kristaps resigns, then boom, they got this duo with Luka and Kristaps. But if he doesn't resign, I mean, it's not like they gave up that much for him. You know, they were already having struggles with Dennis Smith Jr. Wesley Matthews would have been gone, and same thing with DeAndre Jordan. So from my eyes, this is a huge dub for the Dallas Mavericks, and that's where I'm going to end today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave it a like in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, everything. Thank you. Peace.